Secrets of the Ferns, Chapter 5, Bullseye. Once upon a time, a criminal of the worst mischief laid on his deathbed. The events of his life was soon in his vision. All the money and things he had stolen, hearts he had broken, lives he had taken, and sins he had committed, all flashed before his eyes. He then thought about past lovers and could not reconcile with himself on how he had treated them, how he treated everyone close to him. He could not excuse or explain his illness, his darkness, his brokenness. He had died in a stuffy shed in a wild forest where nobody would find him for months. He had choked on some sunflower seeds he was eating while he was lying down. His body quickly rot, and his shed was overgrown by blackberry bushes. Long forgotten in the annals of history, the memory of him died 40 years later when his second wife had passed. 5,000 miles away from her dying memories, his soul reincarnated. In this new life, he would repeat some mistakes, but in his middle adulthood, he sought redemption through acts of goodwill. He had inherited wealth from a distant relative, which he gave to his community. This new man gave everything he had to the world. He grew a field of sunflowers, and in old age walked to the spot where he usually had his lunch. He dozed off for an eternal sleep. He woke up in hell where Satan was playing darts with himself. "Why, there's no one else here but us," he cried. "Precisely," the Prince of Darkness responded. "Hell is just a pit stop to your next life. Tell me, now that you are remembering your 7 lives, how does it feel to finally get the idea?" He handed our main character a few darts and gestured him to play. "Well, I feel awful that I've committed such horrible crimes and sins," the man lamented. "Missed." Satan took his turn at the game as the old man's dart hit the wall above the dartboard. Satan then hit an instant bullseye and yawned. "I deserve to be here because of what I have done." The dart the old man threw this time hit the dartboard's outer ring. "True, but you are getting it, right?" The so-called fallen angel of many names and preconceptions got another bullseye while keeping his eyes on the damned man. "I know now that it is not enough, what I believe and feel, but what I do, how I love, how I share my time with others. I know now there is an objective morality that cannot be enforced with angels and demons, and that there is a meaning to life other than pleasures and riches. To hurt anyone is truly to hurt myself. I only wish I could tell my past and future reincarnation these things, but I have also learned that some people are born in lives of beautiful karma, shaping their realities and wills, their capacity to love unconditionally without intent of possession, without selfish malice. I guess my only hope is to be born again with some of my lessons learned, to find good karma, to end this cycle of vile existences. The old man began to cry silently in despair, but having gained his pass unknowingly, the devil said, "Bullseye." 5 darts comically crowded the center of the dartboard. Hell's flame died down and the darkness began to simmer. A cubicle enveloped both the damned man and Satan, who was wearing a shirt and tie and looked like a man, a beautiful man at that. The old man vanished and left his old form and was born anew into a little baby girl. She was born in a hospital in Chicago. Her parents weren't rich, but they loved each other with not a painful, fiery passion, but a joyously golden, triumphant love. And they shared their love with her as she grew up. She learned very well in school and became the world's most famous cellist and composer of music. In her songs, you can hear the ancient memory of a faint, subtle pain, but every song ended with a loving resolution, offering the feeling of redemption to all who heard the music. I only know this to be true because it was told to me by a man in black in the city hostel. He traveled from afar, and I could not see his face. I remember hearing this story over milk and cookies. I got milk in my mustache.